So, you clicked on a 2-hour video? Bold move, we respect that. Either you're seriously considering a trip to Africa, you already know us, or you're hoping that you finally found something to watch after 17 minutes of previewing videos. Either way, welcome. We're Tim and Finn, and this is the story of our first time in Africa. For 2 weeks, we traveled across 4 countries: South Africa, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Botswana, chasing bucket list moments, questioning all of our life choices, and experiencing the kind of travel that just hits different. Some trips sit on your bucket list for years, and when you finally get there, it just hits different. Africa was one of those places for us. Before we get into it, this video is sponsored by you. Thanks to the thousands of you who support our small business Tripped, we're able to bring you real, honest, raw, non-sponsored travel videos. There are no paid resorts, no gifted tours. This is just our hard-earned vacation shared with you exactly as it happens. So thanks. We're taking this trip with Tim's family, and I, pat on the back, think I planned the best 2-week itinerary that I've ever planned. We'll all meet in Newark for one of the only direct flights from North America to Africa to land in Johannesburg, and we'll kick things off in the best way possible with a luxury safari in a private game reserve tracking the Big Five up close. Then we'll stay in one of Instagram's hottest hotels, the Train on the Bridge, literally suspended over the river in Kruger National Park, where we can watch animals roam below us from the bathtub. From there, we'll hop on a quick 2-hour flight up to Zambia, where we'll come face to face with one of the most powerful waterfalls in the world, Victoria Falls, and be pushed to the edge at Devil's Pool, right to the edge of a 355-foot drop. Finally, we'll cross the border to our 4th country in Botswana for a day trip to Chobe National Park, home to one of the largest concentrations of elephants in the world. This video is meant to be watched like a movie, to transport you off the sofa and even help you plan a trip of your own. If you're here because you dream of doing this yourself, we have even more free resources on our other channel, Tripped, just like this itinerary you can totally steal, and a free safari packing guide. My hope is this video convinces you that you should make someday happen a lot sooner than you think. All right, now boarding this super awesome award ticket at only 45,000 United points for economy plus a $500 cash upgrade to premium economy for the 15-hour direct flight. See ya in Johannesburg. Africa, a continent we've dreamed of exploring for years. A place of raw beauty, untamed wilderness, and legendary wildlife. But in a land so vast, with 54 countries to choose from, where do you even begin? Planning this trip wasn't easy. It took months of research. But in the end, it came down to 3 things for me: time of year, flight options, and making this a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Early spring in South Africa means perfect safari weather. Dry season, fewer crowds, and the best chance to spot wildlife before the lush greenery returns. So that's what landed us here in this region instead of the also popular first-time safari goers in Kenya or Tanzania area around the Serengeti. So this is the Intercontinental, and that is the airport. And this was way better than expected because I thought it was overpriced, which it might still be a little bit, but it was way nicer than I expected. The trip starts today. Let's go! Some of the world's top safari spots are just a short hour-long flight northeast of Johannesburg. There's a bunch of small regional airports, all with direct commercial flights, so it's pretty easy to get out into the bush quickly. And from there, it's usually only about an hour's drive to your lodge. Even though I planned this entire trip from scratch, and had arranged through our hotel to be picked up from the airport, I was incredibly surprised to find that we were getting picked up in the safari vehicle.
Why does nobody want the top?
Because you're going back there.
All right, cool. All right.
Not only that, but the entrance to the private reserve was also just across the street from the airport. Literally. Well, we've been in the car for 30 seconds and we've got them. Oh my gosh. Oh, they got little horns.
These are one of our common residents here at Kapama. They're called impala.
Impala. And there's more poop.
This is absurd.
I had no idea.
I mean, we hoped, but we didn't know that. It's just... How many have you seen now?
This is literally. This is totally fake. This is definitely a zoo. I do not believe.
Nyala. So think Nala from the Lion King, but just add a Y there and it's going to take that Nala to Nyala.
Nyala. Okay.
There's a whole animal on Earth. Never heard of it. Now I'm seeing it. Oh, and this guy's right here. Oh, and there goes Puma. If you're new here, we're not influencers and we aren't working with any brands in this video. We just share our life of travel with you. I'll get into it more later, but this place had two things when I was booking: amazing reviews and the ability to book online without a travel agent, which was actually surprisingly hard for safaris like this. Pretty cool.
Thank you.
Salt, pepper, this for you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for being the camera guy right now during welcome drinks.
Cheers.
Oh, thank you.
Good job, Jenna.
Straight.
I'm spelling giraffe without an E. Boy. We saw
So Finny's gonna hit the tomato and feta salad, and then she's gonna go to the chipotle lime shrimp bowl. And what is that you ordered?
Caesar
salad.
We've been here for like 2 hours or so. We've had 3-course meal. We've seen so many animals already. We haven't even been to our room yet. The bucket list.
This is the spinster quarters.
You've got your own house? Maybe you'll have us over for a party. Wow, Jenna, what? Wait, Tim, take off your shoes at Jenna's house.
Just trucked in here like an animal.
Because it's mine.
Wow, a fireplace? Are you going to read a book in this chair?
Jenna can't read.
I know.
Wow, this is your day bed? You're going to have to read another book over there.
I'm not going to have enough books with me.
Maybe take a dip?
Wow.
Going on safari.
We've had this stupid lens in a drawer for Since the RV trip, I think. So 6 years. We've been waiting for an African
Let's
safari
use
to
it.
use it again.
We've been here all of 2.5 hours. We've seen 1,900 animals on just the drive in from the airport, which is literally across the street. We had a 3-course lunch and a 20-minute nap, and now we are going out on the first game
we
drive.
rotate all day, even though it's only been 2 hours.
There are 4 bottles of wine in the room, coffee. I feel like if you stayed here one day, it would be plenty. Like you could get it all too. Yeah, and we're off on game drive number 1, the afternoon session. So there's like the sunrise, of course, and the sunset. If it is just as good as the ride in from the airport, like who's that?
We might miss it.
Yeah, oh, here we go. Game drive number 1. Jenna, no hands. Debbie, no hands.
Difference between sitting down there and here.
Oh yeah? Do you feel like you're on a like Disney ride or something?
Don't break the shape.
No break the shape. We've left the gates.
There's a small track here. This one there. There's another one there. And that's actually for leopard.
All you see is his little toe beans.
Bush of death, bush of death.
They found a green tree to eat.
Now, everyone on safari has their own bucket list animal. Mine is the giraffe, thank you for asking. But you may have heard of the Big Five. The Big Five is actually a phrase from about 100 years ago that referred to the 5 animals most dangerous to hunt.
Oh, look at him with his horns. Antlers. Hi, buddy. He's here with the ladies.
Smart.
Turn it around. Oopsie. That'll be the front.
Oh, yeah.
It needs to go there.
It's a puzzle.
That needs to go there.
Now, where does the elephant poop go? Is that part of it too? All right, there goes the sun. Out comes the
Are you glad you brought that puffy jacket?
smart. Oh, you've got yours.
Puppy jacket.
It's puppy jacket time.
You're going to present the anus.
We got the butt again.
Your butt.
I feel like it's a cute butt. It's a good butt though.
Okay. Is he going to let more animals out?
Ben, what are you going to have?
Yeah.
She's gonna have a gin and tonic.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, gin and tonic.
2 gin and tonics.
Or 2.
Please.
And you
Rough-
said?
Roughing it.
Yeah, we're really
Rough.
roughing it.
Yeah. If that $1,200 a person per night price that I mentioned earlier feels a bit steep, you're not alone. It's important to understand the key difference between staying in a private game reserve and visiting a national park. Right now, we're enjoying a Sundowner, a classic safari tradition where you have a drink and a snack while taking in the African sunset. This experience is usually only possible on private reserves, with a few exceptions that we'll show you in the next episode. In most national parks, visitors have to leave before dark. But here, on a private reserve with fewer restrictions, you can stay out later, not only for a beautiful sundowner like this, but also to catch the best wildlife activity around sunrise and sunset, when the animals are most active. And to me, that's the value you're getting at this high price point. Something that to us was a little bit more important than just a 5-course meal. The sounds are amazing.
No, what does it look like?
It's a little hippo.
Maybe he puts
What?
Look at this. Look at Jenna going the extra mile.
You're working.
Or at least this is
Safari day?
I was just doing my job until you got me.
formative work. Oh, I was just kidding.
You know what? I guess we were too, because we were talking about lenses. So, no one's having fun here. We are only working.
People think it's fun. It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
No one.
Squeeze this in.
Are you having fun?
The smiles are for camera. They're not real. I'm not having fun.
There's a round. It looks like we're looking through a.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's weird. Okay, here's the thing. We spent all the time talking about lenses, and now we have this thing where it's just a circle. So for the rest of the evening, enjoy the circle around. Because we're not going to walk back and go
This
get
looks
the
like
other.
nice
predator
screen.
view or something. Like when something's hunting in the
It looks like we're like,
No,
I don't
this
know,
is not right.
vlogging on MTV Cribs or something. It's just, we're going to a bonfire dinner. We'll make it work.
We're gonna stick.
We'll
with
make it
this
work.
round.
We're sticking with this. Oh my goodness. Wow, pretty. Oh my gosh. Wow.
T, how are they going to find the lights on that? Found it.
Yeah. Sorry, we're late. Wow. This is so cool.
Okay, put on the top.
Take that.
And what is this? This is the tomato and carrot.
It's 5:30 a.m., and while most people, and always us, are still in bed, the animals are already up and starting their day. Out here, early mornings aren't just a suggestion, they're a safari tradition. This is when the magic happens. The lions are finishing their hunts, elephants are heading to the water, and the bush is buzzing with life. So, coffee in hand, we're off to see who's awake.
You want us to shuffle our feet around out there?
See where the dead stick? See that stick has a white heart.
Do I look sweet? Do I look sweet? Okay, good.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay. Sweet.
Yesterday it was just like drive, see the thing. Every next corner there's a new animal. Today, even though we haven't seen a lion yet, this is very exciting just looking for one.
I know. It's fun. It's like where's Wall Dumbo with a big kitty?
If we had just driven out of the camp and then there's a lion laying right there, I don't think it would be the same. It's like, so it's been probably 30
Now we we have to like try instead of the like, herd.
Yeah, but I mean, we know that we're close because of they're telling us we're close.
We're making it exciting. Oh, I think we're close.
Yeah, but the adrenaline feels good.
Sounds like they've been playing.
Oh yeah.
Right here.
We've given up looking for murder kitties this morning. Luckily, just like right away.
Jenny's coming to say hi to you. Oh my gosh.
I don't think all of you have done it. Might be you.
Oh, who's thinking?
As we're sitting here enjoying the elephants, we just heard tons of lion sounds roaring. So we're back on the hunt. We found rhinos instead. What? We'll just pull right up to the rhino here.
Parallel partners.
Yeah, just, dead on rhino view. Oh my gosh, look at the hornbill. It looks so good. The hornbill by the horn.
Good job, Debbie. What did it feel like to be face to face with a rhino? I've been stepped on by a horse. Think about it's being stepped on by that.
There's two. Oh, there's a male too. Oh my. You see him? There it is.
It's 4 out of 5 already. We've been here less than 24 hours.
Welcome to Death Lake. In front of me, we have a male and female lion. At 3 o'clock, a hippo. And the dumbest impala in all of Africa across the lagoon has decided to take a drink right now.
This is yours. I almost thought it was a trip without a t-shirt.
Oh my god!
Thank you.
An aggressive red.
So the lions can find me. I'm in, Bob. Look, I even have my Deemer Plumbing shirt on. Guys, we are the big 5. We're the Deemer 5.
Party.
Thank you. What?
a young boy. No?
There's 3 sleeping lions right here. We were all just chit-chatting because we just had coffee. And we were happy to go home. Oh, there's 4. Oh, there's 4. Oh my gosh, this is so cool with them up the road too.
The morning drive went 30 minutes long, and now we're just trying to get back to the resort, and we can't avoid seeing animals.
We're like,
More lions, more elephants. Look at this little cutie.
oh my gosh.
Nobody's even seen that one before. Alright, be ready for the little cutie. Are you ready? 3, 2.
Water each other's tail.
So we're staged at the watering hole. Just cresting the side right here. Oh, knocking the leaves off on the ground.
Oh my god, this is sick. Oh my god. Is it gonna go over the log?
Come on, Tim Tim. Bring that Heineken, baby. No rest for the wicked.
It's a castle, baby.
It is safari, looking, yoga, another club,
Spreadsheets,
working,
emails,
data dump,
running full-time business, and also doing this stuff with Cam.
3-course breakfast, 3-course lunch. Come on.
Oh yeah, wait. Also try to siesta. There's a honeybee in the bed. Shake the honeybee out of the bed. Try to siesta again. There's a monkey trying to come in because somebody went to yoga and left the doors open. Shoo the monkey away. Keep going. Castle light. Go. Another club.
Another club. I didn't know safari was so exhausting. Nyala. Hey, who's starving?
Warrior pose.
There was no way I was going to miss lunch.
You missed yoga though, Bob.
Warrior
No,
pose.
I
forgot
swam in the pool. I did stretch exercise and swam in the pool.
And I had a little walk.
Oh, that's nice.
I forgot. What is warrior pose? Oh,
Yeah, you hit it.
Is that it?
Yeah. Hey, what's the bucket list for tonight? Now that we're 4 out of 5.
Leopard or bust, I guess.
seal
We're happy. with
Leopard or
everything.
Jenna's going home.
And dead giraffe time, obviously.
You guys have any new animals that just got released this year or something? Anything fresh?
Unicorn or anything different?
So here we are on game drive number 3, and we've all really started to settle into our roles. We've got Tim here, mostly using this camera, and All of the best shots on the telephoto are definitely Tim's.
Thank you. Thanks.
We've got like director credits over here. We've got like social media vertical video by Jenna. We've got entertaining commentary by Bob. We've got Nana on Night Watch coming up with the eyeball. Ian's obviously doing nothing up there. We got Mr. T making the best drinks up in the front. Gang's all here.
Tracker extraordinaire.
Tracker extraordinaire. Yeah, your face. Oh my gosh, we're in a giraffe sandwich. Oh my gosh.
Tour guide Barbie.
Yes.
What do the vultures mean? Since we're closing in.
The vultures are a good sign that something nearby is dead. The lion to my right would also be a good indicator.
Where do you think we'll find something that's dead?
This has been the big sight of the last 24 hours. There is a giraffe carcass at this point that a female lion is laying here protecting, and it's just, since none of us are competing for the giraffe carcass with the female lion, she's not disturbed by us, and we're just sitting here watching the kill site. It's crazy. Whoa. Giraffe, lion, honey.
Oh yeah, that tummy is full. That tummy is...
We call this the lumber yard. We're here at Hippo Alley. Now, the thorny bushes we've been calling the, what is it? Danger bush. No, dagger bush. And then they've been calling the lions the murder kitties. And then for alliteration, we were thinking, what is it again? I forgot. The log.
This is the lumber yard because of all the lethal logs out here.
Thank you. My brain is a little tired from looking.
These are happy hippos. These are happy hippos.
Walking into the woods here to pee during break, it's a little different because there's a non-zero chance there's a murder kitty out there. I mean, nothing's gonna happen, but it could.
There should be like a hippo. Yay, there we go.
There are 13 hippos right here. And even though we've been having cocktails next to them, something about the dark just makes this really spooky. Never heard a hippo before, but now, never forget. After the sundowner at the lumber yard, the plan was to head back over to the giraffe kill site. And this is also the time to cover your eyes if you have a queasy stomach. The giraffe, and whoa, oh my God, look at them.
Oh my gosh. They are unfazed by this light. They've left. They've taken us tonight. What's coming? Nope. There's something coming.
Oh, the lion's
a lion.
coming. The lion's coming. The lion's coming.
Oh my God.
We're working. We're working hard. Something a little different this morning. Get in here. You have to do the talking.
Oh, it's for me?
Yeah. We're going to go see some elephants this morning. There's a little elephant interaction here. Rescue elephants?
Orphaned or injured elephants,
Okay.
which is my favorite.
We're not riding them. We're not doing tricks with them. We're going to just go look at them and maybe give them a banana, which is the ideal amount of elephant interaction. Now, if one picks Jenna off,
Oh, yeah. Around my waist, trunk, straight up, like a beautiful angel.
it might happen. It may not to see.
But also, if I just give its nose a little tap.
That'll work too. It's time. Okay.
Let's do this. The shape of the skull is distinctly different between the male and female African elephant. I'm glad that they have this written here.
How do you know?
I've done a lot of studying.
All right, perfect. We're gonna get to meet our first elephant, and he also came from Zimbabwe together. It's the big guy over there. When you go under the, no, he can't see you. And the moment he sees you are there, sometimes he can panic a little bit. So I'll show you where to stand slightly. You can feel the ears, you can feel his trunk, his tusk. That's all good. So let's show you how to feed the elephant. And you're always ready, and he's ready and waiting. Then you drop this. That's easy. That also gives you a chance to feel his trunk. You can ask him to lift his trunk by simply saying trunk up. Then he's going to lift that trunk. Sometimes his mouth is already opened, and then you throw the food in the mouth. Or you can actually ask him to open his mouth. So this is how you do it. Oh, the trunk is already up. So usually I would ask him to say trunk up, and then he lift it like that. So I'm going to approach him in between the tusks. Look at how he opened the mouth. He's ready. There you go. And he loves it when you bring the food closer. Okay, you can go ahead. Ready and waiting for you there.
I love one.
Morning.
He's all business.
He's like, who's next? Come on up here.
You may bring me gifts.
Present me with gifts, humans.
There you go. Move closer. Open your mouth. There you go. That's it.
Mouth open.
Open.
Oh, very nice. He says, thank you.
Open up.
Do it.
Oh, that was a
I
good
get dizzy
toss.
when I see the trunk coming down.
Elephant can drop up to 100 feet. When you stop it, it can remain 60% goes down. That's when you see them pushing over the trees. Get some roots, there's some nutrients in it, taking out the bark.
I feel like I'm playing skee ball. Good boy. There's a lot of spillage when feeding the elephants, so the cleanup crew is hovering, ready to swoop in.
Yeah. More space because that's, the elephants are not territorial.
I don't need you to do that.
That's why in the national parks they go.
I would say 10 out of 10. I did a lot of learning with my hands. I touched a tongue, an ear, a snoot, or a trunk, depending on who you talk to. And favorite snack of the day are juicers, also known as oranges.
The most important thing today is we're walking away and nobody's feeling bad. That was a positive elephant encounter.
They take such good care of them.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Yeah, there's no There's no sad elephant stuff going on. Whoa! And best of all, if you want to see warthogs, go to the elephant encounter.
While the Deemers were off at the elephant experience, I decided to join Ian for our regular game drive in hopes of spotting the last animal on our Big 5 list, a leopard. We quietly waited at a spot where one had dragged an impala into a tree the night before, if you can kind of see it in my shot here. We didn't see the leopard, but this drive turned out to be exactly where I was meant to be. We drove into a field filled with more giraffes than we'd seen the entire trip.
Well.
We saw everything. You guys missed everything.
I wouldn't say we missed getting super cute pictures with elephants.
I bet you guys had the best time ever. I'm
Yeah,
so
we did have
excited
the
for
best
you.
time.
Yeah.
Anybody have some elephant slobber on them?
Absolutely.
After an already perfect morning, on the drive back to camp, Mr. T waved up his arm in front and he saw something blocking our route down the middle of the road. A pride of lioness in the middle of a hunt. We watched as the pride of lion crept up on the path toward a herd of impala down in a clearing. We have 3 lions and 1 rhino. When the pride found their waiting ground up on the hill, Ian moved the vehicle up so we could join them and hopefully catch a hunt. As we sat and waited, 2 unsuspecting warthog came trotting down looking for food, not knowing what or who was below. Her sisters seem uninterested and barely lifted a finger as she went to check out brunch. Our hearts were pounding watching the hunt in front of us, but in the back row of the vehicle, I couldn't help continuously checking my 6. Don't worry, we were just as relieved as you are now that this didn't turn into one of those Nat Geo shows that leaves you in tears after the baby sea lion doesn't make it by the end of the episode, as the pride was unsuccessful in their hunt.
Hey, we didn't really show you the place, so how about should I do the actual timer? A 60-second room tour? I could do it. I can do it. Wait, I can do it. Okay, are you ready?
30 seconds of the tour is you starting the timer.
Yeah, but we gotta go.
Okay.
Hey, so we have a sitting room. How often do you have a sitting room? Hey, if you don't know how to take photos, you got some tips ready to go in here. Guess what? South Africa actually gets chilly at night. You have a lovely fireplace. Sometimes you can't light a fire and you start a fire and it goes out and it starts 2 hours later while you're sleeping, and it's very scary, but also warm. Look, how many bottles of wine? 1, 2, 3.
Is this
4, 5,
included
6.
in the room, right?
Yeah, as much as you. This is the all-inclusive.
This is
Hey,
your
we gotta go.
Gin and tonic from last night.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we got only 20 seconds. Wait.
I told you this was impossible.
No, that's enough time. It's enough time. His and her sink. Hey, look, you can actually have privacy and use a toilet in there, and your partner doesn't have to hear every last thing. Oh my God, what a big shower. And we did it in time, except outside is bonus time. You get 2 monkeys with every room at your dining area. 1 small monkey, 1 large monkey. Yeah, that's what I told you. You're acting like you're surprised. And if you need extra monkeys, they're just beyond the page.
Excuse me. Anyways, here's the pool.
It's a monkey too.
And we all have our own little villa. And we haven't even had time to sit here and enjoy it yet. I did take a nap here yesterday. We haven't been in the pool. And we've been too busy looking at lions chase wildebeest. And that's the villa tour. With the sun about to set on our final day and the unsuccessful leopard kill location yesterday, we didn't have high hopes for finding the Big Five. However, Ian and Mr. T had led us along some fresh tracks in the sand and had us quiet, waiting near a bush.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
That's a nice sunset shot.
I think they do this every time to celebrate after you wrap up the Big Five.
Oh, it's to celebrate Big Five.
Yeah, just another day.
So basically nothing here is real. This was a surprise. The male lion voice in the background's it's just a big speaker. Don't believe any of it. Okay. Well, gig's up. You're welcome. This was all a surprise by me. I've been planning this for months.
Is that where you were back in the kitchen? Or no, you were helping load everything?
Happy birthday, Bob.
Oh, thank you.
Bob's birthday.
This final night sundowner was nothing short of spectacular. While it's clear from these shots that this was a 5-star experience, what you can't see is the personal touch. Our favorite rosé from lunch, Tim's favorite gin, and even a special gluten-free tray just for me.
And goat cheese.
To our couples massage today.
Kind of romantic day.
We've had a romantic honeymoon trip.
It's a sister's trip. Plus Tim.
Yeah, Tim's here too.
And Mom and Dad.
In 10 years of travel, I have never experienced such thoughtful, personalized hospitality. I was completely blown away.
Not that we had to see every single thing we did, but it's amazing that we did. Good job. Good job.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
This was amazing.
he got mad he didn't find a lady, so he flopped.
He's done.
Well, that was a very good roar, honey. And now you sleepy?
He can lay wherever he wants.
Oh my gosh, he's literally like immediately asleep.
Got some champs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
Absolutely. So straight from the Sundowner to date night on the deck.
Excellent.
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh my gosh.
When I was booking this whole trip, they were emailing about different experiences that you could have here, and one of these was a private dinner in your room at no additional charge, and I was just like, yes, adorable, absolutely. Plus we're here on night 3. Everybody could have just some like quiet time, although they're in Bob, Debbie, and Jen are in the restaurant, and then we're having a little date night situation. How exciting.
Opa.
Save that bad boy.
Oh my gosh. So a really fun thing that we do at home is we save our corks. And then this is a really easy souvenir for us too, as people who frequently travel, who don't have a lot of space in our luggage. It's a fun souvenir. So we have a little vase at home. And also Tim throws them at the top of the,
on top of the kitchen cabinet. That's where all the corks I've got go.
Tim throws them up.
It's so fun.
And we write a little.
That's good luck.
Did it break?
No.
Oh yeah, it did.
No, it did not.
Oh no. This is why we can't have nice things.
That has nothing to do with the Sundowner earlier, and completely to do with my lack of motor skills.
So, should we write that on the cork for this one?
Cut.
The final morning. Bittersweet. With a 10 a.m. checkout, we still had plenty of time for one last morning game drive. And as you can see, this trip has been nothing short of epic. Hard to believe we only landed in South Africa 5 days ago.
That's a butt. That is a butt. Oh my god, the baby climbing on the one on the right.
We're already thinking, what else could there possibly be left to see on this trip? But the adventure isn't over yet. Next up, we're heading 2 hours south to Kruger National Park for a whole new experience. Stay tuned, and if you're planning on your own safari, don't miss our free resources over at Tripped.
The heavier, the further they go, you know. So that's a nice one there.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Mr. T, go on. Oh, yeah.
Well, I still don't really know what's happening.
They're putting it in their mouth.
Well, they said they were.
Are we? What? Ready, Mr. T?
Oh, yeah.
Why are we putting food?
Oh my god, you did put it in your mouth!
You have to roll it around nicely, Ed.
You have to get a wet slime.
This is what you got yourself into.
Oh, T, you got it, eh? All right.
Oh, boy!
You have to hand down the trophy.
Whoa! Dun 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 dun.
Welcome to day 5 of our DIY African safari. Today we're heading into one of the most iconic national parks in the world, Kruger. We're staying in one of the few places where you can actually sleep inside the park. And if you're planning your own safari, there are key differences between private reserves and the national parks, and I'll break them down later in this video. For now, here's what you need to know. Kruger is one of the best places in the world to see the Big Five. It's also one of the few national parks where you can self-drive. That's right, you can rent a car and do your own safari. But today, let's explore Kruger from the most unique hotel in South Africa. On Tripped.
Hello. Wow, look at those green. Wow. Brad Summer. Cheers.
Who said Brad Summer?
I did.
don't know.
I did.
Finn did.
Oh, I thought.
I thought you said.
Well, welcome to Training on the Bridge. I'm Finn, and we're inside Kruger National Park in South Africa, and I'm gonna go check out the pool because you're a little late to the party. I have been in a bathtub safari, which spontaneously happened after check-in when we opted out of the game drive because this is day 4 in South Africa and we're exhausted. There's a pool around here somewhere, but before I take you there, why don't you catch up with me to figure out what the heck is bathtub safari.
The giraffe, hesitant as ever, has to decide between thirst and certain death. Well, anyways, hi, this is not how I was planning to start this video, but this is Kruger National Park, and that is one of the roads from the main entrance. And so there's different resorts in here. You can self-drive in here, stay out of the park and come in. You can stay in the park with like a rental car kind of thing. That's more uncommon if you are not South African. A lot of people come, stay in the resort, and a lot of the resorts include the game drive in it. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was the vibe in there. Oh my god. Well, welcome back to Bath Time Safari. I still am, in fact, listening to the Hans Zimmer Lion King soundtrack. I've been in here easily 45 minutes, so I grabbed some more water, I grabbed some more wine, and I grabbed a spa towel because this thing is really heavy to hold, so now I can rest it and hopefully these shots will be a little bit more stable. We've still got the family of elephants. The giraffe has not approached the hippo pond yet. The kudu are still grazing and haven't had a drink yet. The buffalo have not returned to complete our Big Five wildlife viewing. There was a warthog, Boomba, that I missed down here, and some yellow hornbills have flown by. Pretty. I can't believe I'm in a bathtub. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. God, those things are cool. And I'm never getting out of this bathtub. I thought this was a tree stump. What else has shown up? Oh, that's the biggest antlers we've seen. Oh, I gotta look up the stats. What is the 3 spins? Like based on age. But that is a kudu, because I recognize the hump on the back. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the oldest one and biggest one that we've seen so far. I really was just trying to have a break and have a bath, and this just keeps getting more wild, pun intended. Not ideal filming conditions through a pane of glass, but then again, maybe it is ideal conditions.
I mean, I guess I've upgraded Bathtub Safari to the pool is basically over the mating hippos. So now instead of through the glass, I'm just gonna enjoy it from here. Hopefully Jenna and Bob and Deborah are having a great game drive because, and I don't know why Tim is sleeping. We've just been doing so much. This is just insane. Wow, okay, hi. I'm the only one up here because right now is in the middle of the game drive. Included with your stay at many places, you get to go out with a guide and go see the wildlife. Because we have just had the most action-packed trip already. This was, seeing 2 of the big 5 and all this wildlife from the Bathtub Safari was sufficient for me, and just taking a little break, I guess. Not that this was really a break, this was just very relaxing and beautiful. It was really nice. So you can stay up on one of these train cars, like in our room, and then there's a bunch of little river lodges where Bob, Debbie, and Jenna are down along here. There's 2 more elephants. 3 more elephants. This was a random Google find, and I'm just can't believe that this is turning out so much better than I expected, because nothing online ever turns out that way. And the first 3 hours here, Tim and Finn approved.
We're Tim and Finn, owners of Trip Travel Gear. This video is not sponsored. We just love sharing our adventures. So, as paying guests, is this place worth it? National parks have strict hours. Visitors must leave at sunset, so that's why private reserves are a better option, unless you stay inside the park, like here. After a day at the lodge, we saw why early mornings and late afternoons matter. Midday, animals hide, and people on game drives see almost nothing in the middle of the day. But at sunset, everything comes alive. At $350 per person per night, the rooms over at the River Lodge are probably a steal for all-inclusive meals, drinks, both game drives, and this ability to stay in the park after hours. But the $500 a person for the train car rooms, is it worth it? Maybe if you're going to do a bathtub safari like I did, but compared to the price point of a private game reserve, you're getting up there into a similar price. I would almost recommend a private game reserve at that price point instead of this.
Wow! Oh my gosh, just us?
Yes, I bought
Wow!
tonight.
I saw this earlier and I was like, wow, who's having a special dinner? Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's so pretty down there. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Very cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday
Wow.
to you. Happy birthday.
We've got to tell you, the toughest part about safari so far is the schedule. We are on day 5, and this is the most tired we've ever been on a trip without jet lag being a part of it. We're just tired from doing the trip. These animals, let me tell you, they are on a schedule that we must stick to. We've got sunset, we've got sunrise. We don't have a lot of time in between. And we've collectively, a couple days in a row now, had like really 5.5 hours of sleep. And that's not enough for Tim and I. But is it worth it? Yes. Will we prevail? Yes. Do we need to be downstairs in 3 minutes? Yes. But today, as the sun is slowly about to rise here, will it be worth it? Did I already say that? Yes. Let's go see Kruger National Park for the first time. Properly. Because we're here. We're already looking at it, but let's go see more of it. Okay, I'm gonna stop narrating. We're gonna look at the animals now. Of course, we haven't hardly started. We've already seen 4 hyena, and the group consensus, hyenas are cuter than they're portrayed. I feel like there's like the anti-hyena media out there, but we're here to bring back hyena love. They're kind of cute. They're like little dogs. Okay, so without completely, hold on, I don't want it to be windy. Without completely pointing the camera at a bunch of strangers on a vehicle, this one just went by, and at that resort you could see that there was like 20 people in that car, and then we're lucky these are 6, and then with our group of 5 we basically have a private car, which is awesome. But I think a lot of the couples that were going out all had private cars too, so that's another perk of staying here. Okay, we're not staying at the Hippo because we're in a rush. We're off to find a leopard mom and cub that are up in a tree protecting their impala kill. Bob, Debbie, and Jenna saw it yesterday, and then the mission today is to come with a big camera and see if we can't get a better picture. Okay, and while I was just saying that, we just got another leopard call, so now we're beelining it to the new leopard. Let's go!
Yep. Oh, good spot.
Okay, don't move. Yeah, don't. Definitely a reason to go with a guide. The cars are asking us, what everyone's looking at here. But if you were driving around the park, why would you know that there's an impala in the tree and there might be leopards right there? So I can't imagine, in a very DIY loving travel, I can't imagine doing this without a guide. You would miss everything mostly.
We're rocking. I saw a mongoose. I love a mongoose.
For people just driving. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Like that.
If you want something,
Because you really have to see where they stop, and then like, what are you guys looking at?
What are you looking at? Yeah.
After how amazing sunset was last night, I convinced Tim and Jenna to forego the sunset game drive to join me at the pool bar. And of course, we didn't really see much of anything now this night beyond a few birds flying by. But hey, the gin and tonics, one of the most beautiful views in the country, didn't stop us from having an incredible afternoon. We did definitely miss out by skipping tonight's game drive, as our driver took Bob and Debbie to this beautiful outlook point on the other side of the park for a full Pride Rock moment.
Look, why she got more moves than Elvis Presley.
It was our final morning in Kruger. Even with an 11:30 a.m. flight, it was really no problem to squeeze in a full morning game drive. On just day 6 here in South Africa, still the biggest surprise? The sheer number of animals. I expected long drives between sightings, maybe catching a glimpse of a giraffe or an elephant, but the reality? Don't blink. Around every turn, there was something wild, beautiful, and unexpected. My biggest concern heading into an African safari was that these game drives might feel like driving through a zoo. But it was more like whale watching, the vastness of the ocean, the unpredictability. Every sighting felt truly wild, and even the guides were just as excited as we were when we caught an animal. It just happens a lot. Welcome to Livingstone, Zambia. It was a quick 2.5-hour direct flight up here to Livingstone, where I booked us on the Zambian side of the falls because I like how this property was right on the river. There were elephants and hippos right in front of our room, versus many of the hotels in this price point on the Zimbabwe side were just in Victoria Falls town with no view. The first stop for us was a no-brainer. The hotel offered a $45 a person Sunset River cruise that included food and drinks. This was the perfect activity at the end of a travel day, and we even got to finish the night with a herd of elephants crossing the river in front of us. But they didn't even go through border control. next day, the 5 of us set out in true Tim and Finn fashion. We wanted to visit Victoria Falls National Park from the Zimbabwe side, where you can walk around and see the falls. But here's the catch. It's crazy expensive to come from where we were staying in Zambia. A guided tour costs over $200 per person, which would have been $1,000 for our group. Are you kidding me? After all the game drives, too, that we've done, we didn't really even want a guide. We just really needed a ride to the park. But there's a logistical challenge. Drivers don't really cross the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, likely because of the additional costs. So the process goes like this. Get a ride to the border, walk across the mile-long bridge, then grab another ride on the other side. Or so I thought. It turns out once you cross, the entrance to the park is just a short walk down the road. But since we had been total tourists so far, being picked up and taken around, and today we were dipping our toes into travel, I just had a quick message for Bob and Debbie as I had absolutely no idea what to expect, as this was also my first African border crossing on foot. Oh, hi, tour guide Barbie with a quick safety message. Okay, so we're going out into the world again. Everyone that's been approaching us has been like, with the best intentions, working for the resort, or that kind of thing. I'm anticipating we get there and it's gonna be like an inundation of a bunch of taxi drivers and people selling you tours and like craziness like that. So I just wanna mentally prepare you for that, to not feel overwhelmed with like so many people approaching us. And then Tim and I will just take charge of like, you know, having a direction and talking to who we need to talk to and getting around in that way. So just have your no thank yous ready. I'm not worried about like our general safety, but that's just probably what we're about to walk into. And then at the border and all that, that's going to be probably pretty fine. If later we get into a market, that's where you'd be worried about like petty theft stuff. So just pockets and that kind of stuff. I don't think it's going to be going on the border. I don't think it's going to be crowded like that. But if we go into the busy area, you don't want just like stuff loose in an accessible area. All right, so everything's going to be great. That's just mindfulness. As instructed, Bob had his no thanks ready to go when we were approached by a guy on a trike. But with the chill vibes of the border crossing and the 90-degree heat, we encouraged Bob and Deb to cross the bridge in style, as they did. And we'd meet them, you know, I don't know, somewhere up there, somewhere out of sight.
My attention was only focused on getting us to this point.
I would give the border crossing DIY a Tim and Finn adventure score of 3 out of a 5-point scale for Americans. I would give it like a 2 out of 5 adventure scale for Europeans or anyone else. So wherever you fall on a how kind of intimidating is that going to be for me, maybe that helps position you on making that decision if you'd like to do a guided tour or cross the border by yourself. The walk was relatively easy. 15 minutes, are we calling it? 20?
20 at a slow, leisurely pace.
Yes, there's, especially if there are falls that you can see, which we can't right now, you'll want to stop, take some pictures on the bridge. The bridge was like 10% of the whole trip across of that in-between area when you show passports in the beginning and then you finally get stamped at the end. A lot of it is just pavement with all the trucks waiting to cross the border. But just after the Zimbabwe side, you get stamped and the park entrance is like right here.
Let's see what else we got here. Giraffe. Ooh, rhino. Hippo.
No. None of those are giraffes.
This one doesn't have one.
Feel it.
I gotta say, when we were crossing the bridge, I became 50% nervous that we weren't going to see water at all, because you could see where the water should have been. And I turned to the driver and I was like, oh, is that where the falls are? And he goes, yeah, but it's dry season, no falls. And like, I was like, wait, like no falls anywhere? So just the fact that there's water, I'm thrilled, because I thought maybe I brought everybody here in dry season and there are no waterfalls. So thank you. I'm excited that there's water.
Oh shit.
Whoa! Hold on, Bob. Okay, we found Devil's Pool. So consensus so far from the 3 millennials is 5,000%. We're stoked that we don't have a guide with us and we're just kind of like enjoying the fall view to ourselves. Would that be Bob and Debbie's review? I don't know. Because Bob's asking me questions, so I'm just making them up. Take that information as you like. Wow, beautiful. This looks like the spot because there's a photographer here. You always know where you found the best spot.
This take.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, this is the wettest area that we've been in. I can't imagine it during wet season because we'd be in the rain, wouldn't we? It feels good. Oh, nice.
Makes you walk slow.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Do I look younger being infoliated?
Yes, what you want to do after the mist session is
I'll go
use
for
some of the local foliage for some exfoliation.
I'm gonna go $1 more and get leaf exfoliated.
Yeah. The rainforest mist section that we passed through temporarily, and the dry dead section. That was it. I'm sure changes seasonally, but that's crazy how you can have lush and dry within meters of each other.
Okay, back up.
All right, we've got Bobcam Live.
And your hair looks very good coming out of the rainforest.
Thank you.
Everything's defoliated. Oh my God, she's walking on air. And now she will spin around. Oh, she does. Little helicopter, she's joining the family. It looks like the Pointer Sisters.
Look at the Devil's Pool.
Yeah, okay.
You think you're going to be jumping in tomorrow?
Yeah, there's a good chance I'm going in. I think I might do a backflip off of that one rock.
Woo! Ah, feels good. There has got to be a dramatic difference between wet and dry season because you can see where all the water has been previously. But I wonder, in wet season, can you actually even see the depth or anything here? Because it's so vast, but if it was just mist, would you even be able to see a lot of the falls? I don't know. Zambia? Zimbabwe.
Timwe?
I didn't think about it too much.
Timwe.
Hey, I'm workshopping it still.
Let's get a bungee jumper. Come on.
Victoria Falls in review. 3 hours was plenty. I didn't really know how many nights we would need here, but we're doing the Devil's Pool on one day, viewing the falls on a different day. And you could totally do those on the same day if you wanted. And then we're taking the day trip to Botswana tomorrow over to Chobe National Park. So I'd say we are hitting the bare minimum by staying 3 nights here. If you are an adrenaline junkie like Tim was actually trying to book
ultralight flight, and if you try to do a day of like a complete idiot because you didn't know it existed and it looks so sick, and it's like less than $250, and how dope would that be? But
I know, we should have done trip planning together, because then we would have just
I didn't know it
planned for that. Yeah. So sorry Tim missed out on his fun flying, but there's lots of stuff like that to do here, bungee jumping and all that kind of stuff. Dry season versus wet season. This is the driest of the dry season. So if you're worried about it being more dry than this, I don't think it is. We are in mid-September here. Wet season, you'll definitely want a raincoat because we were getting sprinkled on just in dry season. Right, good sign on the morning. Most elephants we've ever seen anywhere. Easy ride.
It was really a short drive.
Yeah. Perfect. Looking good, Tim.
That's a good one.
I just got the camera super wet, so hopefully you can see me. But the edge is right here, as indicated with the mist. Cheers! Woo. Cheers!
Cheers.
We're on Livingstone Island now, so it looks like we just have a little short walk. With a sweatshirt on, it's still a little chilly this morning. It's a little brisk. So I'm nervous about the water temp. Are you nervous?
I'm not nervous about anything anymore.
I know Jen is not nervous.
I'm nervous about the cold water.
You know, that sun could come out. The first cloudy day, come on. How fun that we were on that side the other day. Even after traveling to 50 countries over the past decade, some experiences still hit differently. Stepping into the water, I couldn't stop smiling. This was crazy. A decade ago, I probably saw this on a travel blog or something and thought, someday we have to do that. And when someday turns into now, it feels surreal. The mix of adrenaline and holding hands through the river turned a group of strangers into giggling friends. At our holding spot on the rocks, the guide pointed at Jenna and said, "You're first." Our fearless gymnast probably could have done a handstand on the cliff, but instead, Jenna led the way, sliding in and floating straight to the edge. When my turn came, excitement did turn to nerves, but luckily with my long body, I could almost reach the edge while still keeping my toes safely on the rocks. We thought we had it tough just sitting there until we realized the guide was fully standing on the edge, in Crocs.
That guy doesn't even have his Crocs in four-wheel drive.
His only focus, making sure we got the perfect Instagram shot. You probably don't see these guys behind the camera on your social media, but as you can see here, they're the real rock stars. How'd you do, Tim?
The tiny fish were the scariest part.
I didn't know what everyone was talking about, thank you, with the little fish. Tim he was freaking me out when he first jumped in because they were eating his feet, but they weren't eating mine. And then everyone was talking about it the whole time, and then everybody went through, and all the other groups had a rainbow, this beautiful rainbow behind them. So he offered for us to go again at the end. So after all the guides had left the edge, he told me to jump in, but there was no guides at the edge. So then I was sitting there, and then those crab fish things then just started like really attacking me because they had no one else to eat. And so I was there with no guide and feeling the fish for the first time, like, and it was freaky. That was so good. Like the actual second where you took the group shot with your butt facing away first, and then they tell you like individually to come over, and looking down really was that like insane, that like lifetime memory that you won't forget. I was way more scared than I thought I was going to be. So good.
So don't even go to the national park, just pay to do this and the views are better.
Whoa,
different views.
No, it's not better, it's just different. That was fun to do that side the other day and see people doing this instead of doing this first and then go to the other side. Take my picture.
You look beautiful, babe.
Whoa!
While looking for things to do on the Zambian side of the falls, I came across a day trip to Chobe National Park in Botswana. And let's be real, I wasn't about to say no to another country on this trip. But more than just hitting our 50th country in the last 10 years, Chobe looked like a completely different kind of safari. A river safari. As a family that grew up around lakes, there's just something about the water that calls to us. And that's why, even at the tail end of a long trip, the 10-hour day trip to Chobe was one adventure we couldn't pass up. Join us for a river cruise safari in Botswana on Tripped.
Breakfast back at home.
In case you're a little dusty on your Southern Africa geography, you gotta see how interesting this is on the map. So the Zambezi River creates the southern border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, with one of the major border crossings right at Victoria Falls. Now, Botswana is really right here too. So from our hotel upriver from the falls on the Zambian side, we just have a short drive to the Botswana border. And what I didn't know until we got here is right here from this bridge, our driver pointed out the little point at the end of Namibia, which has this kind of Oklahoma-esque panhandle thing that sticks out and touches the river too. So from that spot on the bridge, you can see all 4 countries.
Was not expected to get picked up in a safari vehicle from the Border Patrol crossing, and here we go, country number 4, Botswana. What's that, Jenna?
Exceeds expectations, border, immigration.
It was really good.
Top notch.
Do you want to? I want to wear hats. Cheers. It'd be really cute.
A lady working there came out and yelled at everybody to form a straighter line and then chastised an old woman for cutting, and she stole my heart. I loved her.
And Tim now lives in Botswana.
I live for a good cue.
Oh, look at that skull.
After the border, we picked up a few more travelers sharing the tour with us, and it was a pretty short drive to the entrance of Chobe National Park, which really feels similar to entering a national park in the US. You pull up to a big entrance, pay your entrance fee, and head on in. Now, I know I promised you a boat ride, but I didn't see any tour companies offering a full day on a boat. They were mostly split into drive or boat split. We did see some hotels inside the park, and they might have something like that.
One of the main reasons I booked this entire trip is because we were so keen to see elephants. Obviously, we've seen a lot already on this trip if you've been following our adventure, but it was Jenna's favorite animal, and Chobe National Park has over 20,000 elephants. It's one of the most concentrated elephant populations in the world. So I wanted to see some in the water. We've been going around for an hour, and now finally we see some elephants.
After 2 weeks of game drives through different countries in Africa, we quickly became experts on how to pack a day bag to be as comfortable as possible. Sunglasses, of course, which are protected without a case by the microfiber lining of this backpack. A power bank to charge your phone or camera that's going to be working overtime all day. This is great to give yourself a little power boost during lunch. And because there's no excuse for being uncomfortable, I detached the liquids bag from my toiletry set and filled it with SPF chapstick, snacks obviously, mist sunscreen that was super easy to reapply, gum, and a little travel medicine kit that has just a few pills of really any ailment that I could think of. Since I was changing layers all day, I had a small packing cube with lightweight sun shirt that also worked if I got cold, a mosquito repellent scarf, which I never really used actually because the bugs during dry season really weren't bad anywhere. And on this trip, an extra shirt to change into, which me and everybody else in the car really appreciated after driving around the dust all day, to change into something clean for the car ride back to the hotel. And my packing cube then also acted as a dirty clothes bag when I took off my sweaty shirt at the end of the day. And if you don't know already, we're not influencers, none of our videos are sponsors, we just own a small business called Tripped. We're the creators of this backpack, the toiletry set, and these packing cubes that you see here, and you can learn more about that at trippedtravelgear.com.
So as it turns out, that's the side to sit on. Because you just followed her the whole trip. So if you're on the right side of the car, Jen's seat.
Thank you.
Good eyes. Good eyes.
We just saw a little fluffy lion cub. It was very cute. But we only saw it quick. First, picture and go.
Picture and go.
Don't blink.
Ideally, hopefully there's more baby animals, and that's why we're in a rush. The stork to lion cub ratio is about 10 to 1. She's a big girl.
I only have a few quick shots of these lions, which was so awesome to see a cub. He was the only one that we saw in our 2 weeks of Africa. But we were quickly starting to understand the difference between a day tour in a national park and a private game reserve. Price, of course. But we were packed deep into the safari vehicle, which was okay, not too bad. There was only 9 of us. But in this case, seeing the lions, another 3 cars quickly pulled up and the vehicles were jockeying for position, and we could only stay a short bit. But at least we weren't in one of these sister vehicles who ran a flat and had to switch cars. Ooh.
There are decoys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bob, are you back channeling trip here?
No. I'm showing how the quality of the gear. These people really want this. Look and see how he's examining.
We don't have this in Holland.
No, you want.
No.
But you can, and we can make you a distributor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and it would double cash. I work cash. Yeah. Yeah.
Why did we all brought the green one? Like we're.
I did.
I like.
Oh yeah.
I
I only own
These
one,
things are-
and it's the green one.
Actually, right now we each only own one that are each the green one.
These are the new ones though, with the higher bottle. It's got higher pockets.
And they hearing aid.
Perfect size water pocket.
Jenna,
for
is
a-
that for you or an animal?
For anyone. I don't play favorites.
Do we have Netherlands or South Korea? Where is everybody? Ah. Da-da-da. We feel like we might have gotten a little
Well, I'll bet in the winter.
a little
this is
shakedown
slick.
at lunch.
And we feel that way because we were shook down. But
Oh, true. Yes, I
it's
said it
not-
incorrectly. Yes.
Sometimes there's feelings like I feel sad, and then there's sometimes people are like, "You had 3 beers. That is $30."
It was weird, like our guide left and then drinks were a charge. Okay, no big deal, but unusual. And then the drink prices kept changing just for waters and beers. And then Tim challenged him on the price, like $30 for 3 beers and 4 waters. And it was just a little bit of back and forth. And then all of a sudden the price changed and the negotiation worked. And
I mean, long story short, watch
story
out for
short-
George, dude. George will get you.
long story short, we have $10 back. Wow. This is the thing I'm looking forward to most, and the whole reason I booked the trip is to finally get out on the water and do some type of boat safari. There was no day trip to book a double boat safari, so just gonna appreciate this short one game drive by River Cruise.
So on my right hand, that will be Namibia, okay? Left side, it will be Botswana. So happens that the river is the boundary for the two countries.
Turned in our paperwork at the national park, gave the guy a Coca-Cola, entrance fees paid. Now it's time to see some animals.
Oh, English or Spanish?
Oh, he's drinking. Oh, she.
Oh,
Sorry, she. Oh, and a croc.
they were cuddling.
Oh, no, sleeping.
Yeah, just making the check.
Well, that probably about does it because we just did a 180 and started going fast. So I don't think we're going down to see those elephants. So you know what? That's the thing about wild animals. You never know what to expect. It's also the same thing about tours. You never know what to expect. Okay, so I booked this trip. Everyone had like their bucket list animal, right? I just wanted to make sure we like saw it one time or whatever. I was concerned we wouldn't have seen elephants yet. And to come here, well, just in general, like we all want to see elephants. But I had this vision of like, oh, we're going to the water safari to go see the elephants in the water. This, I think, was the only drive we've had the entire trip. That boat ride was the only time we didn't see elephants the entire 9 days in Africa. And it might have been time of day. It might have been, because this was also the only time we did day drives and not like the sunrise, sunset too. So it could have been something like that. This is a huge day trip, so there's tons of people that are all lining up end of day, and also it was at the beginning of the day. I just didn't realize that was the routine here of all of these cars, all the tourists ready to cross the border. So the poor border patrol gets like hit right at the same time in the morning and right at the same time as the evening. So we've got Chico here who's bombing us through the line. See ya, see ya, see ya, see ya. Suck it, suck it.
Dirty, dirty. Yeah, get it.
After a long day, our car got pretty giggly, increasing our driver tip as we passed car after car after car. And I think Chico got wind of what was going on in the back seat. And the game escalated that much more.
One of our greatest precedents. One of our greatest precedents. Welcome to Currency Chat on YouTube.
That's actually, I don't even know which countries are which.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
For tomorrow.
I am a 41-year-old man and my mom's just handing me money. This is amazing.
Dollar bills.
No, they're dollars.
I'll take it.
I can trust them.
Triple
Oh, that's okay. All right. We've saved an hour at this point. All right, we've got the tip of Namibia. We've got all 4 countries. Chico, no cue! We did good, right?
At the border, he went the wrong way in incoming traffic for the cars entering Botswana just to grab a parking spot quickly at the building and get us right into the immigration line. But thanks to Chico's courage, we got back to our Zambian hotel just in time for a beautiful final sunset in Africa.
Happy last sunset, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Are you guys going home now? Cheers. Home tomorrow.
The timing was perfect.
Yeah. I know. We just made it. That's nuts. I can't think of a better way to wrap up this trip than what we just did. Everyone is on an adrenaline high. That was so fun. And the fact that we are now checking out of the hotel with wet hair and packing up our bags to now fly from Livingstone to Johannesburg to Dubai to O'Hare is pretty epic. When we're on the plane later, I'm going to be thinking like, oh my God, we were hanging over a waterfall this morning. So cool what a flight can do. And if you've been following this entire Africa series, thank you for joining us. If you're on that helicopter tour of the falls, I hope you're having a great time. This was an epic 9 days in Africa.
Little light.
How many windows do you have?
Welcome to my suite.
Now that you are turning 42 in 6 hours, there are some skincare products in here. What do we got? Some serums.
When you met me, I was sleeping in somebody's coat closet in their hallway.
That's true.
It's true.
That's true.
That's not good for. That's not a good look for 29 or 28 either. But yeah,
From the coat closet to everyone's business.
Yeah, there we go.
All the way.
Hey!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.